Hello and welcome to the class. Today we shall discuss about the concept of women entrepreneurship, empowerment of women through agri-enterprises, and factors governing women entrepreneurship. 3 out of every 4 poor people in developing countries live in rural areas, and most of them depend directly or indirectly on agriculture for their livelihoods. In many parts of the world, women are the main farmers or producers, but their roles remain largely unrecognized. The 2014 World Development Report, Agriculture for Development, highlights the vital role of agriculture in sustainable development and its importance in achieving the Millennium Development Goal of halving by 2000 the share of people suffering from extreme poverty and hunger. Women, sharing about 48% of the population, are the backbone of the rural economy, especially in our country. Yet, they receive only a fraction of the land. Credit, inputs, that is such as improved seeds and fertilizers, agricultural training and information compared to men. Entrepreneurship development of rural women has been shown to significantly increase productivity, reduce hunger and malnutrition, and improve rural livelihoods not only for women but for everyone. The Government of India has defined a women entrepreneurship as an enterprise owned and controlled by a woman having a minimum financial interest of 5% of the capital and giving at least 51% of the employment generated in the enterprise to women. As per the Human Development Report 2015, in India, even though women constitute around 48% of the population, but their participation in the economic activities is only 34%. Referring the same report, it is stated that India ranks 130th on the Gender Development Index of 188 nations. In the emerging complex social scenario, women have a pivotal role to play. Now, women have taken up entrepreneurial role in order to create a meaning for themselves. The traditional roles of housewives are gradually changing into women entrepreneurs. Women entrepreneurs may be defined as the women or a group of women who initiate, organize and operate a business enterprise. First of all, let us discuss about the empowerment of women through agri-enterprises. Empowerment in the context of women's development is a way of defining, challenging and overcoming barriers in a woman's life through which she increases her ability to shape her life and environment. It is an active, multidimensional process which should enable women to realize their full identity and power in all spheres of life. Since time immemorial, women have played and continue to play a key role in conservation of basic life support systems such as land, water, flora and fauna. Rural women played a crucial role in agricultural development and allied fields, including crop production, livestock production, horticulture, post-harvest operations, fisheries, etc. In spite of all this, it is unfortunate that because of centuries of inertia, ignorance and conservatism, the actual and potential role of women in the society has been ignored, preventing them from making their rightful contribution to social progress. It is also because of distorted and or partial information about their involvement in agriculture and consequent devaluation of their contribution that they are denied to their rightful status as active producers in agriculture and access to developmental resources and services contributing to their marginalization. Women must be empowered by enhancing their awareness, knowledge, skills, and technology so that agricultural production multiplies at a faster pace, environment degradation is reduced, and conservation of resources is practiced earnestly, thereby facilitating overall development of the society. Now, let us talk about the sectoral concerns. Women have to do jobs that are time and labor intensive, such as sowing, transplanting, weeding, interculture, harvesting, threshing, and post-harvest operations like selling, cleaning, grading, and processing. They also contribute to decision-making processes for crop production, seed production, and management. Post-harvest management of agricultural and horticultural produce, biomass utilization, livestock management, marketing, and financial management. In addition, women take up small ventures to generate additional family income. Therefore, the role of women in agriculture and allied occupations and household activities needs proper recognition. When agricultural workforce is concerned, women constitute a major component of agricultural workforce of around 60%. They have, however, lagged behind in use of improved crop production and processing tools and machinery. Now, numbers of gender-neutral and simple devices or equipment for crop production and processing have been developed. Their adoption by women will not only help improving agricultural production, but will also elevate the status of women through better jobs and greater role in the economy of the family. In addition to their role in agricultural production, women are gainfully employed in agri-based allied activities like dairying, animal husbandry, poultry, goatery, rabbit rearing, beekeeping, floriculture, horticulture, fruit preservation, post-harvest technology, value-added food products, etc. Now, important agri-based enterprises which boost empowerment of women are A. Dairying. Dairying as a profession fits very well in the framework of rural economic activity. It is compatible with inherent routine chores performed by women. Women's involvement in dairying will not only provide them employment but will also bring in social change. The National Dairy Development Board has steered a cooperative development program designated to promote and support self-reliant, autonomous, member-owned and controlled cooperatives. This has helped in recognizing the very important role played by women in dairying and to raise the potential of women in contributing positively to the evolution of dairy cooperatives and women's leadership in these areas. B. Beekeeping. Beekeeping is an ideal, economically viable enterprise. A few bee colonies, that is boxes, can be kept in a kitchen garden or backyard of the house. The honey produced there from aids to the income of the farmer. Beekeeping can be taken up on a commercial scale now, as we have available with us the high-yielding mellifera type, commonly called Italian bee. Also, beekeeping requires less labor and attention can be taken up as a profession by the farm women. There is less initial investment, but returns are quick. Beekeepers should be encouraged with good support, price and easy marketing with appropriate loan for this low-cost adventure. The farm women, families and unemployed youth can be encouraged to adopt this enterprise, which could turn into a large-scale profitable businesses. C. Mushroom cultivation. Mushroom growing is one agricultural activity in which women can play a vital role without sacrificing their household responsibilities. Mushroom cultivation is simple, low cost and suitable for rural areas, is labor intensive and can provide employment in both the semi-urban and rural areas. Mushroom cultivation will improve the socio-economic condition of farmers, families and solve employment problems of both literate and illiterate, especially women. D. Rural-based low-cost nutritional foods as an enterprises for women. A large number of low-cost nutritional products grouped under infant food, health beverages, nutritious snacks, convenience foods, that is even for people on fast, specialty foods, that is for patients under stress condition, and home preserves have been developed which require simple processing methods and have the ability to fulfill the nutritional requirement of our population, especially the vulnerable segment of our society. Baby corn, quality protein maize, nutritional grains, etc. are the gift for people under stress conditions and can be used to develop a number of products. These products are a great source of rural entrepreneurship, particularly suited to women due to low capital requirements. E. Coconut sector. Coconut plantation plays an important role in the rural economy by generating income and employment. It is a major sector which is women dominated. The role of women in core sector is as high as 80% and 60% in coconut processing and broom making, respectively. Involvement of women in coconut-based handicrafts is up to 40%. Women generally work as groups and hence there is need to organize women's society with a view to empower women socially and economically. F. Lac cultivation. Lac cultivation is one of the supplementary sources of income in most of the tribal areas of the country, mainly Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, Orissa and West Bengal. There is large involvement of women in lac cultivation, processing and lac-based small-scale cottage industry like sealing, wax, bangles and ornaments making, etc., where women give more than 60% physical input. Women in lac processing factories share around 55% of the total skilled labor input. G. Household appliances. Improved chulha, biogas, solar cookers, solar heaters, photovoltaic energy operated appliances, etc. have great scope of adoption by women. These must be encouraged and if necessary subsidized. H. agro-processing for additional income. Agriculture as a source of cheap raw material cannot survive alone. There has to be some kind of processing to aid value to farm produce, which will lead to better income and employment of women. Many simple farm produce processing technologies have been developed using minimum equipment and small investments. Women should be trained for handling these equipments or gadgets. Now let us talk about the factors governing women entrepreneurship. Establishing a successful enterprise is not an easy job for women entrepreneurs, and at the same time, sustaining the enterprise is a greater task and challenge. A challenge is always there for these women entrepreneurs to run their enterprise successfully, earning profit and ensuring the growth of the enterprises, which will severely test their entrepreneurial skill and survival of the unit. Despite various odds against them, several women brave to run their own enterprises. It has been observed that women are entering more in entrepreneurial venture as compared to men to start their own business to make social contribution in addition to desire of exploring their inner self and fulfilling their means of livelihood. Some of the important factors which govern entrepreneurship development of women in agriculture are discussed in detail as follows. A. Building confidence. Confidence in handling latest agricultural technological changes, know-how and education level of the person are significant factors that affect entrepreneurship development. Appropriate education is always needed to spur successful entrepreneurship. Confidence seldom achieves when women are ignorant of new technologies or unskilled in their use and often unable to do research and gain the necessary training. However, great advances are being made in agricultural technologies, literacy and training typology for women entrepreneurship development in agriculture. B. Developing risk-taking ability. A woman entrepreneur should be able to assume all possible risk of business, including possibilities of change in consumers' demand, techniques of production, and new inventions apart from the highly elastic nature of the agricultural produce. A woman entrepreneur tries to reduce the uncertainties by her initiative, skill, and good judgment. C. Economic independence. Women entrepreneurs displaying her competency must have certain venture capital to undertake a task even before being asked or forced to circumstances. Such an economic independence taking capability impacts efficiency and becomes basis of sustainable competitive advantage. D. Establishing her own creative idea. The women entrepreneur has to decide the new nature and type of goods to be produced. Entering a business according to her knowledge is optimally profitable. Being an entrepreneur demands creative ideas and skills to take best decisions for development of her business. E. Establishing her identity. The primary endeavor of a woman entrepreneur is to beat the existing standards of excellence. It is her concern for high quality of work that gives her a sense of satisfaction, and achievement in establishing her identity. F. Motivation. Motivation is the set of forces that initiate behavior and determine its form, direction, intensity, and duration. Women are motivated into business by different factors. Important among the factors are family influence, psychological, financial, and environmental factors, etc. G. Equal status in society. Achieving equal status of male-female in society is all possible through entrepreneurship development. Though competition is another factor which develops hurdles to women in the business management process. It is a fact that women are good in keeping their service prompt and delivery in time. Enhancing organizational skills of women will definitely add a fillip to entrepreneurship development. H. Greater freedom and mobility. The confidence to travel across days and nights and even different regions and states are less found in women compared to male. Squatness in mobility cannot deliver the competencies of women in entrepreneurship development. However, with proper planning and security, women entrepreneurs can equally perform all the activities of man entrepreneurs. I. Achievement of excellence. An important competency that makes all entrepreneurs repository of gift is the perseverance for achieving excellence. Obstacles do not dishearten such an entrepreneur, and she continues making efforts to emerge victorious out of problems. After all the discussions we had, we can conclude that it can be said that today we are in a better position wherein women participation in the field of entrepreneurship is increasing at a considerable rate. Women's sector occupies nearly 48% of the Indian population. At this juncture, effective steps are needed to provide entrepreneurial awareness, orientation, and skill development programs to women. The role of women entrepreneurs in economic development is also being recognized, and steps are being taken to promote women entrepreneurship. From these suggestions, it is quite visible that for development and promotion of women entrepreneurship in the region, there is a need for multi-dimensional approach from different sectors, namely from the government side, financial institutions, individual women entrepreneurs, and many more for a flexible, integrated, and coordinated specific approach. The principal factor in developing entrepreneurship among women is not in terms of infrastructure or financial assistance or identifying any enterprise, but it is a question of clearing the ground for their movement into entrepreneurship. For ages together, they have been confined to a secondary role and confined to the homes, and you have to bring out so that they become self-reliant, self-respecting, enterprising people. Though there are several factors contributing to the emergence of women as entrepreneurs, the sustained and coordinated effort from all dimensions would pave the way for the women moving into entrepreneurial activity, thus contributing to the social and economic development of the members of the family and thereby gaining equality and equal importance for themselves.